What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another MLB The Show 21 video. In this one, we're going to be doing some hitting tips for beginners only. And I'm not really in any position to give pro players or competitive players any sort of advice on hitting. I'm mostly just a franchise guy. I like to do Road to the Show every so often. I like to get into Diamond Dynasty and dabble in that just a little bit. Not too much. I'm not too big on the online play, but you know, when I do enter online play, I can hold my own, right? I don't get destroyed or anything, but I do hold my own. But I'm in really no position to give like top tier players or really good players some advice on hitting. So if that's you, this video is not for you guys. So if you can, just please click off. This is for beginners only. This is mostly geared towards people who have never played the show, or maybe a lot of Xbox users who have never played the show, or just finally getting their hands on it. And it's a little difficult at times. I know that when I first started playing back in like 06, maybe 07, that I know games change and, you know, game mechanics and gaming engines change and everything. But I remember that the show, the timing was a little difficult, tracking pitches was difficult, and really just the realism factor of it, you know, it does play a factor in how you perform as a hitter. So that's what we're going to talk about in this one. We're going to be looking at this from a beginner's perspective and then just try to help you guys get better at hitting, try to go up to the plate with an approach. What does the PCI mean? You know, how does that play into directional hitting and zone hitting and things like that? So let's actually show you guys what my settings are right now. This is on Hall of Fame. This is hitting view is MLB The Show 16. And we are going to turn the plate coverage indicator on because I do personally like to have it off. So we're going to let DeGrom throw here, fastballs right down the middle here, just to kind of get an idea of the speed, the timing, his delivery, and I'm going to go like step by step for you guys as beginners because I think that that's what you want, right? So first things first, you got your PCI. That's the yellow things right here. That's the cursor that you're using to time up the pitch and the pitch location to try to hit the ball. So you've got the outer parentheses that disappear. Those are going to be basically your plate vision. That's what the batter's plate vision is. And if we hold this, if we actually go ahead and we swing, I can show you guys the plate vision. Okay, so I need to work on my timing here a little bit. But you see the vision rating for Mike Trout is a 69. The inner circle is actually like your barrel or your baseball bat, pretty much. The outer circle is your plate vision or your batter's vision. The vision, what that basically does is if that PCI was moved down in the strike zone, Mike Trout probably would have fouled it off. That's based on what the rating is. The higher the vision rating, the more ability that your guy will have to foul it off. So you can see that kind of that darker circle, the very outside circle. If there's a pitch anywhere in that location, Mike Trout probably is going to be able to foul it off. The objective here is to get the baseball inside that more yellow circle, which would be the inner part of your PCI, right? So there's a home run, right? Perfect timing. That's easy to do, man. It's easy to do. Pitches right down the middle. It's all fastballs. Like we can time that up, right? You can see where everything is being located here. It's not difficult to do. What gets difficult is when you start throwing in different locations and different pitches. Sliders change, curves, two seams, and different speeds. That's where it gets difficult, right? So I would recommend, as a beginner, you know, start on rookie, and if that's too easy, move up to veteran. If that's too easy, move up to All-Star. This is on Hall of Fame, so to kind of give you an idea. But as a beginner, what you want to be able to do as a hitter is really get your timing down. That's like the first step, right? Now, understanding what the PCI does and everything, that's a good first start, right? So let's talk about the timing and then PCI. So I moved up. I did that on purpose, but I moved way up and see what happened there. So understanding what the PCI does is a good first step. That outer circle, you can see where the baseball is. It was touching the outer part of that outer circle, which is, again, the batter vision, and Trout fouled it off, right? So let's try to like hit a fly ball, right? So you can see that's probably a home run because Trout's power is a 99, but you can see where the baseball was and where the PCI was. So we timed it early. You can see where the bat is located, right? It hit the baseball out in front at the top of the strike zone. The angle of the bat is dictating where that ball is going to go. That's based on your timing. So if you're early, you're going to go to left field. If you're late, you're probably going to go to right field as a right-handed hitter. Where the PCI comes into play, you can see where the baseball is in that top half. Like if you had a line and you drove it right in the middle of the PCI, the baseball is actually located on the top half of the PCI. That's going to give you more line drives. It's going to give you more home runs. It's going to give you more fly balls. The problem is that it's a risk-reward type of thing. So if you want to try to hit home runs, you're probably going to hit a lot of fly balls. Like I'm going to try to hit this to be a home run here. We're trying to get underneath it. Okay, so I got lucky there too, right? So I moved the PCI down just a touch, and you can see it again. Got that top half, and we're able to hit a home run off of it. Got that early swing, and again, we're going to try to get underneath it. You see that? I got pretty underneath that. I had good timing, but the good timing doesn't really help, even with 99 power, when your PCI is like way underneath the baseball, right? You try to get that top half, but we just cut the baseball a little bit too much in the upswing, right? Now, what happens if I try to hit a ground ball? So let's try to get on top of it. See? I got on top of it right there. So the baseball is on the lower part of that inside circle of the PCI. So as a hitter, what you want to do as a beginner is really try to understand how the PCI works and then have an objective, have a goal. When it's just like real baseball. When you go up into the batter's box, you're not going to hit a home run every single time, right? The objective as a hitter, yeah, you want to drive in runs. You want to be the big shot. You want to hit home runs. You want to hit line drives. You want to drive in runs. You want to be a big-time player. You want to be a big-time hitter. But home runs, as someone famously said, are kind of like an accident. I mean, they're pretty much an accident. When you go up into the plate, into the batter's box, you want to kind of have an idea of what it is that you're doing. And again, these are all fastballs down the middle, so I'm not surprised that we're just hitting dingers right now against DeGrom. But I'm going to try to go to right field. I'm going to try to let the baseball travel in here a little bit and try to go the other way. So that was really late. You can see it in that swing feedback there. We're very late. PCI was in a good spot to make good contact, but you can see where the bat angle is in relation to home plate and the baseball. Let's again try to get a base hit going the other way. Okay, so we had good timing there. I can wait a little bit longer. Don't have to be so early on it. We can wait just a touch longer. There we go. Good right field shot. Good timing. Gap shot that's probably good for a double for Mike Trout. And it's easy when you have pitches thrown right down the middle, though. So as a beginning hitter, I think it's just important, like I said, it's important to understand what the PCI does. And really, when you have that feedback, you're able to take that feedback with the swing timing, with the launch angle, with the PCI indicator, where you made contact with the baseball, where was the pitch location. Those types of things will help you really gather that information back and determine, like, okay, this is what I'm doing wrong. This is what I need to focus on. This is what I need to work on, trying to time up pitches, trying to go the other way, trying to be early. This is how this works. This is why this is working. This is why I'm getting the results that I'm getting. So again, that's just easy to do with fastballs right down the middle. And I think that as beginners, I think you guys should definitely try that in practice mode to get used to that, and especially for your timing. So now we're going to move on here and start working on understanding pitch recognition, right? These are all going to be strikes, right? So they're going to be all strikes, but they're going to be all different pitch types. So how do you determine what a pitch is going to be right out of the hand? So how do you manage that? Well, what I like to do is, again, go back to the very basic principle of having a plan, right? Having a plan. And when a pitcher starts throwing you a lot of off-speed stuff, a lot of breaking stuff, again, you don't want to go up there and just start swinging at everything, right? We're just going to take some pitches here to try to see the movement and understand what the differences are between slider, curveball, fastball, like right out of the hand, right? We're just going to sit here and I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the approach. So you can see the different locations that DeGrom is attacking us. Got changeup high, he had some sliders low on us and inside, curveballs, fastball right down the middle, try to challenge us with a 100. Like, all of these are in play now, right? So what do you do as a beginning hitter to try to get used to this? Well, literally, it's just practice. And as terrible of advice as that sounds like, and maybe not the answer that a lot of people wanted, it literally is just practice. Like, you have to see all of these pitches. You have to just be able to see it, and basically get it ingrained in your memory that this is what this pitch looks like, this is how this pitch moves, and then once you see it out of the hand, like let's see here, curveball. Okay, so here's the pitch, curveball, right? Yeah, curveball. Curveball, slider, whatever, right? So when you see it, like I'm anticipating fastball every time. I'm anticipating fastball. That's what you want to do. That's my tip for you guys as beginners. Always anticipate that it's going to be a fastball. A breaking pitch is a lot easier to react to because it's slower if you're expecting fastball right out of the hand. If you are thinking it's going to be a breaking pitch and then it's a fastball, you're already done. You already lost the battle, right? You're late. You're late at that point. It's okay to think that way. It's okay to anticipate some type of breaking pitch, but you still have to like literally think everything's going to be a fastball and then react to the breaking pitch. And eventually you guys are going to get used to that break. You're going to get used to seeing the pitch over and over and over and over again, that you guys are going to know, like, it starts out of his hand top left, right? Let's see if we can get a breaking pitch here. So, okay, you see that? Slider had some hard bite to it. It's 93. It started out up here and ended up way down here. So we got to memorize that. So when we see that, see what I did? I anticipated it was going to be a slider, and it wasn't. So when we see that, we got to be able to react, just like that. So we got a slider. It started out up here, a little more inside than anything, and it just broke inside on us a little bit inside the strike zone. The low and away sliders are really tough to handle, but you can see another curveball here, real slow. And I knew it was going to be a curveball because you know that from the pitch list. You can see the pitch list here. He's throwing 97 to 101 fastballs, 90 to 94. But the changeups and the curveballs are his slowest type of breaking balls, right? So if something's coming out real slow, you know it's going to be a change or a curve, right? So wherever he's throwing it, wherever he releases it, is not where it's going to be, right? You have to anticipate where it's going to be, not where it is, right? So it's right here, but it's going to be like right here, right? And there you go again. So now we're starting to get into a little pattern here. That's a line drive, could be caught by the center fielder, but again, that's 3 straight hits because we've seen pitches. We've seen pitch after pitch after pitch after pitch. And everything's a strike in practice mode anyway, but that curveball kind of had me fooled a little bit, and that'll happen. You know, you get 1 hit out of 3 at bats, you're a millionaire, right? So don't take all of your failures, like you failed 2 times out of 3 in baseball. There's another base knock. Like that's the approach that we have here. We're anticipating fastball. It was on the outside part of the plate. We just served it out to right. So now that we've talked about the PCI, what that does, how it works, what the swing feedback's actually trying to tell you, and really trying to have an approach while you go up to hit, I feel like now's the time to break out. Like you guys just saw that home run here. the changeup high and out. I think now is about the time to break out the view that I love. I love this view. Taking the strike zone off, taking the PCI off, taking the hot zones off, and literally just make it you, the ball, and the pitcher. That's it. And I feel like I have more success doing this because I'm not focused on some yellow thing like distracting me, right? It's literally just me, the ball, and the pitcher. That's it. That's all I got to focus on. I don't have all this extra user interface graphics going on. It's literally just me and him and the ball. I love it. I feel like I can track the baseball a little bit better. I feel like I can manage my swing a little bit better. I was late here, late making up my mind what that was, but it seems a little intimidating at first. It seems a little intimidating at first because you don't really know where you're at. But one thing I love to preach is that you don't need to jab the analog stick. You don't need to jab the PCI. If it's a strike, you don't need to jab at it. You can literally just kind of really ever so slightly just move it slowly around the strike zone. And I kind of like to do that just because I don't know where the pitch is going to be. I can only guess. And we see we hit a home run here. Oppo Taco for Mike Trout, man. I mean, it's slider on the outside part of the plate, like pitch 11 there. Like, look at that. That's because I'm moving the PCI ever so slightly. I'm just kind of gliding it. I'm not jabbing it down. I'm not jabbing it up. Just glide it. All you got to do is just glide it around the strike zone. There you go. Got a perfect. There we go. That's a good one. It's a good base hit. So, guys, that's it for this little tutorial. I hope that it helped you in your quest to being a better hitter as a beginner. And again, this was on Hall of Fame hitting, so I don't think yours is going to be that difficult on rookie, veteran, or all-star. But again, I would recommend that you guys try rookie, try veteran, do what you're comfortable with first, and really just start seeing pitches, man. That's really what it's all about. It's just, yes, you're going to get the timing down with practice. Yes, you're going to get the timing down as long as you go up to the plate with an objective and a goal in mind about what you want to do. If you want to swing early, if you want to swing late. But ultimately, the pitch recognition is going to just come with practice. That's really all I can give you guys. The difference between a fastball, slider, change, curve, or two-seam, it's all going to come with practice. That's the only way you're going to be able to recognize pitches. You can't walk up to the batter's box. You can't walk up to the plate thinking you're going to hit everything as a home run. It's not going to happen in the show. It's too simulation-based in order to do that. You will run into some, but you're not going to run into every one unless you got those sliders turned all the way up or you're just playing on rookie all day. But guys, let me know in the comment section if this helped you or not. It's all right if it didn't. I firmly believe what I told you guys, that practice does make perfect. And I think you're just going to have to see more pitches if you want to get pitch recognition down. But understanding what that PCI does is really going to help you guys. And let me know if you liked the user interface here of having nothing on the screen. I personally think that it helps me out a lot more often than it doesn't. And I would love to know what you guys thought about this tutorial video. Let me know if you want me to do another tutorial video, maybe for some advanced users. And I will go with that. And that's a good one to end on, is a home run. But thanks to Mike Trout, of course, for giving us a nice little gameplay. And guys, leave a like if you like this thing. I will catch you in the next one. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.